Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today Google released Nano Banana 2.0. This is their new image model. So what I wanted to do was make a quick video comparing the three different models that you can use in Google Gemini right now. So what you see on the screen here is a custom little web app I coded just for this video to compare the three models. So on the far left, you have Nano Banana 1.5. In the middle, you have today's release, which is Nano Banana 2.0. And then on the far right, you have Nano Banana Pro, which is Gemini 3 Pro image, as they call it. So Nano Banana 1.5 on the far left here is actually one of the more expensive models. It's not nearly as good as what was released today, as you can see. Nano Banana 2 is also a much cheaper API call. I don't know if it's quite as good as Nano Banana Pro or Gemini 3 Pro, as we call it, but it is a cheaper API call. So all we're going to do today is test some JSON prompts. We're going to try some reference image prompting as well. And then we're going to try a couple of tips and tricks based on some research I did this morning. Now, this did only come out about an hour ago or so. I wanted to hop on here and create a video just so you could get to testing and kind of see what it's all about. It's not available in Comfy UI at this time. You can access this through API calls or using the Gemini app itself. But for today, we're going to be using this custom app that I created. I could upload this to my member site if people wanted it. I don't really see much use case for it other than this testing video. But if you're in the Discord and you think this is something that'd be useful to you, I can upload it to my member site. Just let me know. I will give a quick plug to my member site, SmallZero.io. You can join for free. There is a pro member program as well where you can get access to paid tools, and something we'll be using today is the Nano Banana JSON prompt pack. This is a prompt pack that I use for Nano Banana often. Just some fun influencer prompts, but you can join for free. Come over to our Discord and hit us up. We're having a lot of fun over there. All right. So let's get back to our testing. So this was just a JSON prompt that I did before I started the video, just of kind of your classic influencer pose. So we're going to do a few of those to start, just from my JSON prompt pack. A lot of people in my Discord use Nano Banana for the base image for a lot of their open source content and generations. It's a really good starting place because it doesn't cost a lot of money and you do get very consistent and excellent results. So let's take another prompt from my pack. So this one should be a mirror selfie, and we're just going to keep the settings the same. So we've got Nano Banana Gemini 2.5, which is Nano Banana 1.5, Nano Banana 2, and then Nano Banana Pro. Let's generate. So one thing that I did notice so far is Nano Banana 2 doesn't call the API as quickly, probably because it's getting absolutely hammered right now by people testing, much like me, but a little bit slower so far. Does have a lower cost, as I said. Face consistency in my limited testing has been quite good. So we're going to show that in a little bit here, but those are just some initial thoughts about how I feel about Nano Banana Pro 2 or Nano Banana 2, not Pro. So as you can see here, we've got Nano Banana 1.5 is generated quite quickly on the left there. Gemini 3 Pro has generated fast, and now we have Nano Banana 2 in the middle there. So no comparison. Both models absolutely smoke Nano Banana 1.5, so that's kind of out the window. The real comparison will be between these two. Now, as I said, Nano Banana 2 is a cheaper API call as far as I know, so something to keep in mind, but I definitely prefer the middle image here. Let's try one more generation with the exact same prompt and see how it goes. And while we're doing that, I'm going to hit up my library and try and find another prompt. Okay, so all three are completed again. Yeah, pretty much the same results. So let's try one more. This is going to be kind of a candid photo of a woman, in a bikini at an ATM. Maybe, it's a late night beach party and she needs to grab some cash for her cab. Something like that. So let's see how it goes. I'm expecting poor results from Nano Banana 1.5, which is funny to say because, only a few months ago we thought, wow, this is, an amazing model. So there you go. There's your Nano Banana 1.5. Nano Banana 2. I think that looks pretty good. That's pretty realistic, honestly, right out the gate. And Gemini Pro. Now, this is obviously going to be a preference thing. It's really hard to say. I like aspects of both. Yeah, you be the judge. Let me know what's cooking so far. Let's try one more and just leave me a comment below about what you think is best, what you think is the best value, and what you hope to do with these models yourself. So this one's one of my favorites. I call it the late night ice cream girl. So in her kitchen, having a cheeky pint of ice cream at midnight. So let's see how that one goes. Let's up the quality to 2K and let's see how that goes. Not that it makes much of a difference in this instance, but let's do it anyways. Let's spend those credits, baby. Kind of that old school waxy stable diffusion look on Nano Banana 1.5 as expected. I'm really hoping for big things from Nano Banana 2 on this one though. Okay, so they're all finished now. I do think Gemini 3 Pro is a little bit better still, but I'm really liking what I see from Nano Banana 2 here. It's really hard to tell the difference. Something I find funny though is if you look at the two ice creams, Gemini 3 Pro is enjoying chocolate cookie dough, while our Nano Banana 2 girl is enjoying some Ben & Jerry's half-baked. So that's kind of funny that it had two different ice creams there. So what do you think so far? It's really hard to tell what's better. I'm liking some things about Nano Banana 2. It's almost a preference thing at this point, in my opinion, but you be the judge of that. So that's something I wanted to do, is just a quick comparison with some JSON prompts there so you can take a look. Since we're mostly focused on influencer style content, UGC, models, that kind of thing on this channel. So let me know what you think about that one. Let's try reference image now. Okay, so let's try a reference photo generation now. Now, of course, I'm going to be using my controversial SmallZero photo. This photo always gets people to elicit some kind of emotion. I guess it's a very strange looking girl, so that's why I've kept it for so long. I think it's kind of funny now. So I've modified our ice cream girl prompt to work with this reference photo. Now, I haven't actually tested this, so you're seeing me do it live for the first time. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to generate it now. Same thing, same layout. Okay, so it looks like that prompt worked okay. I didn't specify the ears or anything like that, so I'm not too bothered that it missed that aspect. You be the judge, though. I really can't tell which one I like better. Obviously, 1.5 isn't in the conversation, but we're just using that kind of as a old school reference point. Yeah, it's tough to tell. These are looking pretty good. Let's give it one more run. Let's change the seed, give it another gen, same prompt. I think the prompt might be borderline explicit in their eyes, even though it's not. But sometimes when you have things like pajamas or the word woman or something like that, it does block it. But it doesn't matter for this one. I think it's pretty good. It's really hard to say. I do like that the kitchen and the composition makes sense. The fridge is opening the right way. It doesn't look too weird. All that's realistic. You don't see duplicate fridges or anything like that. So this is looking really good. I'm honestly very impressed so far. I'm going to have to get more clarity on the details and how much API calls are in comparison to Gemini 3 Pro. So something else that I've been told works with Nano Banana 2 is it actually uses Google Images for reference photos. It used to have grounding with web search, but now it has grounding with image search. This is a new feature. Now, I don't fully know how to test this properly. I don't think it works with people. But let's try this. We're going to do generate an image of a Honda Prelude, use image search to find its appearance. So let's try that prompt and see how it goes. So once again, the same split screen, same panel. So that looks pretty good. So if you can compare the major difference here in Nano Banana 1.5 to 2, you can see the Honda logo is quite accurate. Even the very small Prelude text on the dash there, on the grill. So that's pretty cool. The license plate on Pro. So I think this is better than Gemini 3 Pro. This looks like it's actually pulling from some sort of reference image, especially with the woman driving as well. Let's try that same prompt one more time, new seed, just to see if we got a random result or if there is some consistency to my theory here. Okay, this is very interesting. Maybe they could get in some trouble here. If you take a look at the license plate on this car, it actually has an abbreviation for a Honda Prelude with a California license plate. So I don't know if that's pulled from a video game or if that's someone's actual photo, but that's very interesting. Now, on the flip side, if you look at Gemini 3 Pro preview, the license plate is actually blurred. But again, there's a clear distinction between Nano Banana 1.5 and 2. You can really see that there is some kind of referencing going on. So this is really cool. I want to try something else here. Let's try an actual product. We're going to try an iPhone 17 Pro Max with an image reference. I don't know if this is going to work, if it does copywritten stuff, but let's take a look. Okay, so Nano Banana 1.5 doesn't like that. I guess it's a little bit too new. Interesting. So I would say the image referencing is working well because no, that is not a proper image of the 17 Pro Max. We didn't specify what angle though. It could be. I mean, that looks much like the 17 Pro Max would look from the side if you had the silver variant. Look at the Pro preview. That looks like it was fully abstract and it kind of blurred two on top of each other. So that's very strange. Let's try something different that all models are going to know for sure. Let's try a Starbucks matcha latte. Those have been around long enough. So redo the seed. I'm going to change this to 1K because we don't really need that high resolution. Let's try again. You can get your UGC content absolutely cooking with this, hopefully. I'm actually impressed with 1.5 so far. Nano Banana 2, absolutely slaying it. That looks like a real drink. You show that to your grandpa, he's not going to know any different. And Pro, yeah, I actually think Nano Banana 2 is the best here. It looks like it's pulling from real images because the people in the background look quite good. Now, remember, we are doing the reference image prompt, so pretty cool. So something else that I was told is with its higher visual fidelity and its grounded world knowledge, and it has better text and images, you can actually create some complex abstract images such as infographics and things like that. So let's try a prompt where we are doing something more creative, something that would be used with graphic design and things like that, and we'll compare the three. Okay, so here's our prompt. I'll expand it. So basically, it's going to be an educational diagram of the water and light cycle. So how water evaporates, turns to clouds, rain, et cetera, right? We're just going to do that. I haven't done this before, so you're seeing it live as per usual, but let's generate. So something that I've been told Nano Banana does very well now is creating graphic diagrams such as this with clear text, since it has such high image fidelity and its text to image is much better now. Wow, that looks incredible. Yeah, I mean, that looks really good. I mean, they all look pretty good, but if you look over here at Nano Banana 1.5, there's no such thing as evaporation. It's evaporation. Now let's take a look. Is there any other spelling mistakes? Let me know if you see something in the comments that I missed. Oh, yeah. Precipitation. Yeah, okay. No, yeah. A lot of spelling mistakes in 1.5. Now, I do think... it's hard to say. I really don't know what looks better at this point. I mean, obviously 1.5 isn't in the running, but Gemini 3 Pro and Nano Banana 2 are very close in quality. But once again, Nano Banana 2 is a cheaper API call. So this is very interesting. Okay, let's try a style reference. So I'm going to take that picture of Solid Snake from PlayStation 1, and I'm going to try and generate a picture of a German Shepherd puppy in that art style. Once again, doing it live, have no idea if it's going to work. Let's go. All right, 1.5, looking good. I'd say that's more of a generic pixely style, but let's see if it actually copies what I'm looking for here. Okay, these are all great, honestly. So maybe that's a bad reference to do, but I would say Nano Banana 2 understands the assignment the best. Now, I do like the Gemini 3 image preview as well, but you be the judge. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today on Nano Banana 2. I will be doing some more open source content in the future. And if you want to join our community, head over to smallzero.io. It is paid to be a pro member and get those prompts I was showing you, but you can join for free, use the upscaler for free, and join our community for free. So hopefully we'll see you there soon. Anyways, have a great day, and I look forward to seeing what you create.
Seems just moments ago, you were right here with me. Standing brave, standing tall, never thought I'd fall. Your embrace